Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm Southwest Florida College welcome to Dr. Jane Kuckle.
Good morning, 09 graduates, family, friends, and distinguished staff and faculty members of Southwest College. Graduates, today it is all about you, and you. And it is indeed an honor and privilege for me to be a part of this momentous occasion, for I know how special you are. You have reached a milestone that only a small percentage of the population will achieve. And because you have done that, I also know a lot about you individually without even having to know you personally. Having a degree beyond high school, according to the data, would indicate that you are more likely than those who haven't achieved this distinction to make more money and live a more comfortable lifestyle than those who do not go further beyond high school. Secure a job in which you will be able to use more thinking and problem-solving skills as opposed to just routinized work and physical labor work. Have a better chance of advancement in whatever career you would choose. And marry someone who also values education and who will want your children to even go further in their educational career than you have. But more importantly, and listen to this, you have proven that you are able to set a long-term goal and accomplish it, which from my standpoint is the most essential tool that you will take with you into success for life. Several months ago, when Dr. Calabro asked me to be your speaker today, I readily agreed. You see, I am a politician. Politicians rarely pass up an opportunity to have a microphone all to themselves, and especially for an unlimited amount of time. But then when I arrived home, I looked in the mirror, I frowned, and I said to myself, Jane, what were you thinking? What can I say to these bright young adults that will make a difference beyond what they've already accomplished? You see, I've been to many graduation ceremonies, including 4 of my own, and I can't remember what the speaker in any one of those graduation ceremonies said. And then I look back on the things that have made a difference for me, not only in my career, but in all aspects of life, and I smiled. It all began with a book recommended to me years ago at the beginning of my career, written by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, entitled The Power of Positive Thinking. In this book, he posited that if you change your thinking, you can change your life. And that those who are fired up with an enthusiastic idea and who allow it to take hold and dominate their thoughts find that new worlds open to them, as long as the enthusiasm for that idea holds out. In other words, positive thoughts bring positive action. That was the beginning for me. From there on, I've been attracted to books and readings about self-efficacy, such as Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, and most recently, The Secret by Rhonda Burns. Over the last 40 years or so, theorists and researchers continue to affirm that those who are goal setters, and that's what you did to get to this point, who take the time to vision themselves achieving that goal, and who put that goal in writing, I'm not a broken record, I just want to make a point, noting the steps that it would take to accomplish that goal, and most importantly, those who remind themselves of that goal frequently are most likely to achieve it. Makes sense, doesn't it? In fact, 10 times more likely than those who just think about something that they want to do but don't take the steps to write it down and live it on a day-to-day basis. In addition, many studies have been done to find out what makes some people more successful than others. Others who have the same intelligence, talent, skills, but just don't make it to the top. Again, the commonality among successful people, whether it be rock stars, famous athletes, successful business leaders, rocket scientists, or presidents of the United States, is that early on in life, they had a vision for themselves and never let it go, but deliberately took the time to write it down and then go one step further to think about it on an everyday basis. As Dr. Covey says in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, they would every day begin with the end in mind. What's your goal? And you start your day with that thinking. I saw a prime example of that years ago when I met a young man at a social gathering of a mutual friend who, just like you, had recently completed his associate degree and accepted a job as a teller in a bank. In an effort to make conversation, I questioned him about his new degree and job, to which he quickly replied that his aspiration was to be the president of that bank. While inside I was saying, yeah, you and about 50 other people, I graciously wished him the best and moved on. A couple of years ago, I ran into the host of that party and inquired about the young man. With a great big smile, she told me that he had just been promoted to regional vice president. Because of my research and inquisitiveness about the commonalities of successful people, I took the liberty to make a phone call to him and some of his friends. And here's what I heard. The first day, he showed up on the job just like every other new hire, dressed appropriately, and was eager to learn. Among others that spoke to him during his orientation was the president of the bank. The next day, the young man arrived early, wearing a suit, similar to the president, and just like the president, when entering the building, stopped to say hello to the people at different stations on his way to his assigned location. In addition to telling everyone that would listen about his ambition, when getting dressed each morning, he went one step further. He said out loud to himself in the mirror, I'm going to be the next president of this bank. And to really feel himself in that role, he inquired about what kind of books the president read, what kind of restaurants he frequented, his hobbies, etc., and began to mimic those behaviors. And of course, he went on to further education to be able to have the credentials and knowledge that went with that job. Within the first year of the job, his first promotion came, and without an interview. As they say, he was tapped for the job. You see, not only had he created an image about himself with others, he had established within himself confidence and the knowledge base that it took to achieve and demonstrate his abilities at that level. Where there probably were several other peers at that workplace that were also prepared for that next level, but they didn't receive the tap. And why? Because he believed it